Hello friends, Rajesh here from Data. Today I want to just show a quick view of the global markets, what's happening in the global markets using the custom built global market screener algorithm. So this table, what you see here, shows four different types of market. The first four rows are US markets, the next two rows are European market, and the next four rows are Asian markets, right? So that's what it shows. So as we clearly see here, the last two rows, the NSE and the BSE, right? Out of four major Asian markets, these two markets are under pressure, right? So what colors you see here, all the green colors denote the market is in confirmed upward trend. All the orange color denotes the market is under pressure, which means getting into a correction mode, high probability of getting into a correction mode sooner. And then the red color means the C, denoted by C, means market is confirmed under correction mode, right? So U means upward trend, which is denoted in green. P means under pressure, which means potentially it can go to correction mode, and C means it is under correction mode, right? So that is what this chart shows, and this shows for the last 20 days, right? So as we clearly see here, the Indian markets, the BSE and NSE got under pressure starting from this date, and then it was continuously under pressure for a long time, and then it went into a correction mode on 17/11, right? November 17th, it went into a correction mode, right? After that, BSE followed with the same trend, and still those markets are under correction, right? So we don't need to look at the chart at all, right? So we can see the numbers and say whether the market is in upward trend or correction mode still, right? Markets could be volatile when it is correction mode. So one day it can go up and then another day it can come back. But this algorithm will find out the trend based on different factors like the buying, selling patterns of huge institutional investors, and then a lot of other factors, right? So that is what it is doing, right? So one day if the market comes back, that doesn't mean that it is out of correction mode, right? So it has to have certain patterns to prove that, right? So that's what it's showing. So this is still under, Indian markets are under correction mode for last 2 weeks or so, right? And then as we see here, the Asian market followed, the other Asian markets followed the NSE, like the Nikki, right? Nikki got into pressure on the same date when the Indian markets are started into correction mode. So the same date Nikki got into pressure mode. So that means a lot of selling patterns found, and then it followed into a correction mode on 23/11, right? So that is what happened for Nikki, and same pattern for Hong Kong index. It was strong until like 29/11, but still after 29/11 it came into pressure mode, right? So that is what we consciously follow before we kind of take a decision on what's happening really in the market. Is it the market is totally bad, or is only one region of the market is bad, or what is going to happen, right? So that's why. So we were waiting. So until this point, all three US markets are on green, uptrend, but still we see a potential downtrend opportunities here. But as we see here, the Russell got into pressure, okay, on 26/11, and then followed by 30/11 is the very key decision we have to kind of see here, right? All the market, almost all the global market, major global markets, as you see here, except NASDAQ, right? The first one is the NASDAQ, right? Except NASDAQ, everything is under pressure or correction mode, right? So that is a scary situation always we need to watch for, right? So this tells something very, very important happening across the globe, right? So that is what we watch for. And on this date, if we want to take a portfolio level hedge, which is called beta hedging, like if you have a huge portfolio, if you want to protect your portfolio, this is the date we have to watch for, right? If this happens, we take a beta hedging. right? Beta hedging, right? So portfolio level hedging, which obviously I took a beta hedging on that date. Okay, so that's a very pretty much significant confirmation right there, right? Again, whatever we are seeing are all speculations and patterns, right? So it may immediately get back into green, but that's nobody can predict that, right? But this is based on facts, right? Factors and facts, right? So this is telling us all the markets are in a correction mode or in a pressure mode, right? So if this continues, okay, this markets as we see 112 yesterday, this is still under pressure, under correction, same status everywhere, right? If this continues, this will easily turn red. Okay, already one US market is in red. This can easily become red, and Nasdaq also quickly follow the other key indexes, right? So even though the tech stocks pretty much looking so strong, it can easily follow the global trend once it falls under this, effect, right? So that is what we are seeing here. So on this date is a very key date for us. On which we took a portfolio level hedge to protect our portfolio. We will continuously watch for it. So any new trades, I would highly recommend. Just think about it, right? So this is not the right time. Let's wait and watch the markets consciously where it is going to land. So this could be a potential starting point indication for a correction. But again, it is all based on the factors and facts we are seeing here. It could reverse back quickly based on some of the key announcements or no, market conditions, but it has to come evident in the numbers, right? So news can bring up a market 1 or 2 days, but it cannot sustain the market more than that, right? Any news, right, for that matter, right? But we need to see a consistent pattern across the markets, right, so that we can take trades, do long-term swing trades or long-term take positions, accumulate long-term positions as you know best as possible, right? So that is what this dashboard tells us. As of 3011, markets are high probability that markets are going to get into a correction mode. I will provide an update next week about the same algorithm statistics, right? So this is what I just want to give a quick update, right? So this is what is happening. So be careful with all your positions. If you have a huge position, take a hedge possibly. If you have no positions, if you are planning to enter some positions, wait, right? We can wait for and see what market is going to do, and then take a enter a new position once this chart gives us a signal like this, right? So at this point, HSI, right? HSI went into correction, but it changed immediately into upward trend on one day, right? This is the right day for us, right? If you want to enter something when market turns into upward trend, you can enter for that specific market, right? Any stocks if you want to buy, right? Because on this day, across the globe, almost all the markets are green except the Indian market, right? So we are pretty confident this is not going to go for a loser, right? So any trades we are taking on this date is not going to go for a loser. But anytime when we see orange and red dominating in this space, like what we see here, this is a real situation we need to clearly watch out for and be careful about our trading strategies, right? So let's keep watching it. This is a quick update. I just took a hedge on my portfolio. I just want to provide an update to all of you so that when you are planning to take a new trade or taking to protect your portfolios, think about it, do some homework and take a portfolio level hedge or a position level hedge, right? So thanks for watching. We'll come with another update next week. Thank you.